The foreign ministers of Greenland and Denmark have taken part in what were described as frank talks. The White House today says a fundamental disagreement remains with the US over the future of Greenland. Donald Trump says it's vital the US gains control of the Arctic island, which is a semi-autonomous territory of Denmark, to stop China or Russia from occupying it. The White House hasn't ruled out taking Greenland by force. Katja Adler has more from the capital of the territory, Nuuk.
With the fate of their island hanging in the balance, Greenlanders, wherever they were today on their icy island, were glued to the headlines. In the capital Nuuk, when we asked, people had a defiant message for President Trump.
We are the owners of this land, and we should run it ourselves.
We don't want to be a part of US, and they should leave us alone.
Meanwhile, 2,000 miles away in Washington, their foreign minister and her Danish counterpart prepared for a closed-door meeting in the White House with the US Vice President and Secretary of State. The first substantial talks between the three parties since President Trump began insisting Greenland had to be his during his first term in office. An intention he doubled down on again before and after today's talks.
Well, we're going to see what happens with Greenland. We need Greenland for national security, so we're going to see what happens. And we need it for national security, and that includes for Europe.
85% of Greenlanders say they don't want to be American, as these protesters outside the US Embassy in Copenhagen pointed out. Their worst-case scenario was averted today. There was no my way or the highway message from the Trump administration. Instead, a pledge to set up a working group, postponing confrontation to another day.
Ideas that would not respect territorial integrity of the Kingdom of Denmark and the right of self-determination of the Greenlandic people are, of course, totally unacceptable. And we therefore still have a fundamental disagreement.
They do. Donald Trump insists he has to take this island. Otherwise, Russia and China will. Around 10 European allies in NATO, including the UK, France and Germany, are scrambling to soon send troops and defence capabilities here. The numbers are unlikely to be dramatic, but the message to the US is meant to be clear. NATO is here to help. No need to take unilateral action and further risk transatlantic relations. Tonight, Clive, there is a mixture of relief and hope here in Greenland. Relief that threatened US takeover doesn't seem to be imminent, and hope that, as the foreign minister here has said, that there's a way to cooperate with the United States without being taken over by it. Cooperation in security, for example, with the help of NATO allies. Cooperation also in allowing the US access to the raw materials that this island is rich in. President Trump is particularly interested in rare earths and minerals, as every other global leader is as well. But when it comes to the sovereignty question, if he keeps insisting that this island must be his, that's when the spirit of compromise inevitably will turn to confrontation, with an impact not just here on Greenlanders, but also on the future of the transatlantic alliance, NATO, and on wider Europe-US relations.